Hey there, it's Hannah. I'm going to be doing my part for the presentation, and I'm going to start off by talking about chronic purchasing and the little need and the more want. Chronic purchasing is one of the main issues that causes so much e-waste. Many of the products we buy are only meant to last a couple years, and so this causes us to blow through lots of electronics quicker than we should. But sometimes the need to buy a new electronic device isn't so much of a need, but a want. And so this sort of like the idea that we need all of these things definitely adds to the waste that we're creating. For example, the iPhones. Apple, for the past four new iPhone releases, were released only a year apart from one another. And so what this has caused is people to continue buying the next best iPhone. And this isn't just with iPhones, this is with lots of electronics. They sort of just buy the next best thing, even though their current product doesn't need to be replaced. According to Apple, one device is supposed to last around 3 years, and people are buying one every year. So it really contributes to the piling up of waste. I know that somebody else talked about ads for this presentation, but I wanted to say a little bit about that and how it really has an effect on the way we buy our electronics, but also influenced by peers. I remember I begged my parents to get the new iPhones because everyone else had them, so that also plays a huge role. And then the next one I wanted to talk about, the next slide is just sort of about the amount of waste that we're creating. Around the world, the yearly e-waste mountain is growing. And it says here 44.7 million metric tons, so that includes all of this stuff, is created per year. And all of this information is from National Geographic article. And just to put this number in perspective, that amount would fill 1.23 million 18-wheel, so 40-ton trucks. And if you were to put them nose to tail, they would form a line from New York to Bangkok and back. And so that's just so much waste. We're throwing away at least 55 billion in recoverable materials by failing to recycle all of this. If all the metals were recovered from these electronics, we would save 5.3 pounds of gold, more than 2,000 pounds of copper, 55 pounds of silver, and more, and that's about $250,000 worth of metals, which is so much. And so what we end up doing with this waste is sending them to places like India, and these are where these pictures are from. And what these people are doing are trying to salvage these metals because they have some sort of worth. Here's another picture of a little girl walking around this area of women cutting up computer parts and trying to get metals so that they can get some sort of value out of it. And this is really dangerous because it often takes place in homes, and it pollutes their homes, and it's very toxic. So that's a huge problem. And then I just wanted to mention one more thing. I know I've really already passed my time, but we're really becoming slave to our devices. Four men who were part of University of Toledo conducted a study to investigate how PSU was related to the depression, anxiety, and other mental states, and they did find that PSU is significantly positively correlated to depression and anxiety. So we really need to get a handle on the way we use our electronics. And that's all I have for you.